The question we should ask ourselves in every moment of time is how can we live a life that we are proud of? Because the life that I'm going to be proud of may be different from the life you are going to be proud of. So, in what way can you live a life that you are proud of? Everybody has the goals that they would love to achieve, everybody has the dreams they would love to realize, everybody has the vision they would love to see in their life. The question is, are you willing to accept that dream? Because the moment you accept that dream, then the responsibility is upon you to make sure that dream grows. I was speaking to somebody and I basically told her that, it's just like a farmer and the seed. The farmer has decided to plant, let's say, an orange seed, and obviously it's going to birth an orange tree, which will then bring about the orange fruit. But you have to be willing to take the responsibility of planting that seed. You have to actually plant that seed, because when you plant the seed, then it can take the root, then it can begin to grow, then it can bear fruit. But it's your responsibility to plant the seed, it's your responsibility to water, it's your responsibility to take away all the weeds and make sure the soil is fertile enough to make sure that particular thing can grow. That's basically what we do in respect to our dreams or to our visions or aspirations, to our goals. We have to be willing to take responsibility. We have to accept that this is what we want out of life and make the necessary requirements, the necessary discipline, the necessary, you know, path that will bring about the realization of what we are looking for. And obviously, the moment we do that, we forgo every other one. We make sure that we don't focus on any other thing apart from that particular thing over and above anything else, because that attention is what makes that thing grow, because energy flows where attention goes. So we have to make our attention to be on that particular place that we want to flower, that we want to make flower, that we want to make grow, that we want to enable to be seen in this particular world. So it's our responsibility. It really is our responsibility. The power is in our hands to take control of our lives. But unless we actually take control of our lives, we cannot see the results we are looking for. So if you are looking for results in your life, make sure that you point to the only person who is capable of bringing that to your life. It's not the government's fault. It's not your country's fault. It's not your family's fault. It's not your friend's fault. It's nobody's fault. If you would even like to take any fault, you can say it's your fault, but then instead of saying it's your fault and crying and wallowing about it, oh, it's my fault, just take responsibility and begin to move on that path that you know is going to grant you what you desire. So the sooner you take responsibility, the sooner you get what you want. And the more you do this, the more you start seeing how the power is actually in your hands, and you can't really blame anybody because it's not really their fault. It's how you deal with the situation that matters. So this just this is just a reminder to you that the power is in your hands. How you deal with a situation is completely left to you, and how you handle something is completely left to you. So you bear all the burden, you bear all the responsibility, and then you bear or you share in all the profits. Hey, I mean, if I'm going to plant this particular thing, at least I know I'm going to be the one to have the fruits, and then if I'm willing to share it, then that's left to me. And so you have to be willing to make that sacrifice of giving your whole self towards the realization of your dream. And I think that should be the only thing that matters in our lives, because that should be the only thing that grants us fulfillment. That should be the only thing that we, find solace in. Because listen, your dream can be, oh, you would like to have a wonderful family, and then you also like to have a wonderful business or a wonderful career, and then you would like to have a wonderful, body. All those things can be your dream. Just make it that this is the only path that I would like to take. What path would you take that will make sure that dream is realized? And then you just simply just take that path. That's basically just what it is. You ask yourself, okay, this is what I want out of life, and these are the steps that will take me there. And then every single day of your life, make sure that you are making the steps that are necessary to take you there. It's as easy as that. But then the only battle you are going to fight is the one of your old mentality, is the one of your old reality, is one of the old way you used to particularly identify us, because that old person, that old way of living life may want to come back because that's what you are used to. But then the more you focus on that perspective, the more you become more aligned with it. And then you do this over and over and over again. And of course, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very uncomfortable, but that's where you are being built, because it's that uncomfortability and that uncertainty, but still moving forward despite the uncomfortability and despite the uncertainty, that grants you what you are looking for. So it is incumbent on us, it behoves on us to really, really take that path, and that's where we're going to find our liberation. That's where we're going to find our salvation. That's where we're going to find the identification with that particular path, because when you identify with something, you give it life. So are you identifying with that path that you would like to take today? And what are the things that are necessary to enable you to identify with that particular path? That's basically all I have to say for you guys. Thank you for listening, and make sure you apply this in your life, and you will really see your life take root based on the seed you have planted.